Redpost English Country and English Pottery today. Some Marvin Redpost, super fast out of control. And we're going to start for chapter 4, Wednesday. And we're going to start for chapter 4 and chapter 5. I think the chapter 5 was Thursday. And today is Wednesday too. Very, very funny. And one more time, start reading about it. It's a magic treehouse. Viking ships at sunrise. And we can start for chapter 5. Warships on the waves. And we can start for chapter 5 and chapter 6. Okay? And now, are you ready for these 2 books and 2 stories? Here we go. I think the first book will be Magic Treehouse Viking Ships at Sunrise, okay? Chapter 5, Warships on the Waves. We found our story, said Jack. Yay, said Annie. Indeed, said Brother Patrick. But alas, Brother Michael has not yet completed his work. You'll have to return for it. Oh, shat. Said Annie, and Jack was disappointed too. Annie don't know if he will ever to come back, he said. I don't really even leave without the story, said Annie, and Brother Patrick looked puzzled. And the 2 kids looked at each other down the back at Brother Patrick. It was too hard to explain about a treehouse how it was matching words, and Jack struggled. Well, just have to try, he said. Outside, the church had been ringing. It's time for our sunrise prayers, said Brother Patrick. Will you join us? Thanks, but we better try to go home now, said Jack. And Brother Patrick led them to the garden, and they opened the gate and they stopped. The horizon glowed pink and purple, and the sun had no to rise. Now spoke as a great fairy bird rolls slowly over in the ocean, and finally the Brother Patrick broke the silence. Shine, oh light for sun, he said softly, on the days with a wonder. That's beautiful, said Annie. Jack smiled. He agreed. And Brother Patrick turned to them. It's in such sights that as it appeared a book making, he said. Now, go that many good be with on your bullish home. Thanks, said Jack and Annie. Do you need me to guide your belt? He said. I don't think so, said Jack. Follow the path to the top of the cliff, said Brother Patrick. Then use my rope to help you down the steps. Okay, said Annie. Bye. And she went toward the gate. And Jack wanted to go home, but he hates living in a monastery. And it wasn't filled with the people doing our favorite things, reading and learning. I really like here, said the Brother Patrick. I'm glad. You must go now. Well, the wonder is you, said Monk. Everything you can change an instant. And the Brother Patrick went into church. And Jack hurried at the gate, and before he went further, he stopped and put the notebook. And he stirred it and quickly made a list. To make a book. Sheepskin, goose quill paints. To make paint. Earth plants. Come on, Annie called from the top of the steps. Coming, Jack called, and he put away the notebook and ran along the dirty path to the edge of the cliff. Overhead, flocks and gulls circled in the purple sky. Their cries sounded like screams. What's wrong with that? Said Jack. Maybe they always do at sunrise, said Annie. Let me go first. Clutching the rope, she started down the steps, and Jack grabbed the rope and started down. And the birds' cries went on, and they worried him. These sounded like warnings, and Jack lurched the rocky ledge and let go of the rope. Let's go! Annie called from her treehouse, and Jack looked at the horizon one last time. Oh, what is Jack doing? Is something very, very scary things in the magic treehouse? But I don't think so. Magic treehouse was just for Jack and Annie, not anyone. Or it has scary things when it is inside the magic tree house. And Jack looked at the balls and one more last time, and he heard nearly stop. A ship was out of line against the sky. Behind it, he saw two smaller ships, and one ship that into a beam, and the bright sails was filled with wind and a serpent, prows blazing in the sky. Oh no, Jack whispered, Vikings. Oh no, they go home very fast, because the Vikings is coming. And Vikings has got Jack and Annie's Viking ships at sunrise book when Brother Michael gave them. So but Vikings just takes the Brother Michael's book and get it. And that's mean no book for Morgan Le Fay. So Jack and Annie will be not a magical librarians anymore. Well, they will be going very, very, very fast before the Vikings come. Now, chapter 6 right now. The Vikings are coming. And tomorrow is story for chapter 6 and the other chapter 7. Okay? And one more time, start the reading about it. So, Marvin, Redpost, super fast, out of control. Chapter 4, Wednesday. Marvin knew what he had to do. Just had to stand up a circle hill and say, I'm not afraid of you. And it was like his father he said. The fear wasn't all inside his head. There was nothing to go on, and outside it's scary. And his mother would never get him to ride on Circle Ride Hill if it is really dangerous. Would she? Jacob had gone down the Circle Ride Hill lots of times. If Jacob could do it, so could he. Keep your tongue inside your mouth, said Casey Happening. Marvin was eating lunch, and his tongue was inside his mouth. My brother's friend knows someone bit of a trip and a tongue was while riding down the Circle Ride Hill, said Casey. And Marvin touched the tip of the tongue on his teeth. It wasn't even without, said Casey. He was going to right down the Circle Ride Hill, and it's real fast. And the tip of the tongue was sticking out his mouth like these. And Casey held up the first in front of her like just dripping a hamburger. And she looked like she was scorching her really hard. Her tongue was stuck out of his mouth, and everybody else's on the table laughed. But Marvin didn't say anything funny about it. Then his bike was just tiny, a little bitty rock, said Casey. And he bit it off. He didn't even know he did until he got to the bottom of the hill and tried to talk. And Casey did an impression of something to try to talk without tongue. Again, anyone is getting Marvin laughed. What happened to his tongue, said Snoop. No one knows, said Casey. They had a whole huge search party to look for it. But it's no animal found it, and it's still up there somewhere. And Marvin was find it, said Judy. And Marvin struggled. His mouth was closing tight, and his tongue was safely inside. Be sure your Shirley to try it real good, said Rudy Caney. My cousin knows all about was Shirley's has gotten wrapped out his bike pedal, and he was riding his bike really fast. And every time a pedal went around, it makes he just tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. There's nothing he could do. It was going too fast at top. What happened? Said Nick, and he strained his food. He lost 2 tooths. Oh, it will be very, very, very hard. How? Asked Casey. And what did you pop off his foot? I don't know how it happened, said Candy. I wasn't there. Somebody told my cousin about it, and my cousin doesn't lie. And which toes did he lose? Said Judy. The dump toe and a pinky toe, I think. And he still had a 3 middle ones, and there's not called a dump toe and pinky toe, said Snort. There's a big toe and a little toe. And my dump toe is my biggest toe, said Hermione. My second toe is bigger than my dump toe, and my toes are different when in food, said Judy Jasper. And Judy took off her shoes and socks and explained their parents' their feet was different. Oh, why is Judy Jasper's toe was different? And one of her father's feet, the second toe, was the biggest, and Judy showed everyone her feet. Her left foot, her dump toe, was the biggest. On her right foot, the second was the biggest. I called my mommy foot, and there's all my daddy food, she said. Then Nick stared at Judy's feet. These are the most amazing that I've ever seen in my whole life, he said, and Marvin didn't even look at Judy's amazing feet. He was thinking about how often his shoe laces come untied, and even then they're double knotted. And lunch teacher, Mrs. Green, came by and made and Judy put her shoes and socks back on. And now, chapter 5 right now, Thursday. Oh, I thought it was a Thursday. And tomorrow we start for chapter 5 and the Anna reading chapter 6 Friday. Okay? And now, did you have fun? And yours English, country, convex, and better books, and this book and these stories to read, okay? And magic tree house, Viking ships and sunrise. We'll be see tomorrow, and some Vikings and magic tree house and Morgan Lay Play, and some Jack and Annie, and some Brother Michael and Brother Patrick will be see tomorrow, okay? And some Marvin, Redpost, super fast, out of functional. We'll be see tomorrow. And some of the kind of Marvin and Zachariah and Snort and Nick and Melodine and Judy Jasper and some Cammy and Casey Happidan and some Blossoms and also Marvin's friend will be see tomorrow, okay? And some Zachariah will be see tomorrow, and a new bicycle will be see tomorrow, okay? And these 2 book and 2 stories, lots of characters will be see tomorrow, okay?